Thank you, Program Director. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as it is the tradition, please allow me to recognize the custodians of the land on which we are hosted and to pay homage to the elders, past and present, as well as those emerging. Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, Captains of Industry, distinguished participants, all protocol observed. On behalf of the Ministry of Natural Resources in Lesotho, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers of this event for having invited us to be part of the proceedings. Our main purpose of being here is to talk about Lesotho beyond diamond mining. In order to achieve that, I will take you through a brief history of Lesotho's mining industry and why it is important for us to start thinking of a diversification or expansion of our mineral portfolio. Mining in Lesotho started in the late 1950s, where it was dominated by informal diggers, as they were known then. In the mid-60s, there was an emergence of first commercial mining. Things died down and real work started around 2000. Currently, we have 4 major players in the industry. At the time informal mining was dominant, there was ongoing geological research which identified some 400 kimberlite pipes and traces of uranium, hydrocarbons such as shale gas and oil, coal and various base metals. It is common knowledge that the international diamond market took a beating post-COVID-19 and due to the impact of synthetic diamonds. Whilst we are appreciative of the efforts being done through the Kimberley process, which we actively participate and comply with, as a diamond mining reliant economy, that has been a wake-up call for us to start looking elsewhere. Program Director, distinguished participants, being an economy that is reliant on diamonds as the major value commodity, the prevailing market situation poses a challenge to our fiscus, as the sector contributes about 8% of our GDP. You may be aware of the challenges facing our industry. This state of affairs calls for us to go to the drawing board and put in place a Plan B. The Plan B that I'm referring to is aligned to our mining policy of 2015, which is currently under review, which amongst others refers to the following: enhancement of exploration. This is carrying out geological, geochemical, and geophysical surveys of the entire country at varying scales, setting up and managing all the National Geological Data Bank, investing in laboratory technologies, and building human and institutional capacity for mineral samples analysis to be done in the country. Value addition, developing a plan for facilitating beneficiation and value-adding industries linked to diamond mining and other minerals. Promoting the growth of industrial clusters that have strong linkages to the mining industry. Our story today is to indicate that in order to realize this dream, we need to employ financial resources towards exploration. In a small country like ours, competition from health, education, and the agriculture sectors makes it challenging to allocate enough resources for exploration. Therefore, the identification of the right partners is paramount when we undertake this journey. We are cognizant of the fact that developers prefer already packaged information through a cadastre. Here we are inviting you to partake in greenfield exploration on terms that can be pre-agreed upon. To accrue mutual benefit for all players, basing ourselves on the pillars of sustainability, inclusivity, and openness. I was excited to hear of the success of the PHP Explore program. That approach not exclusively, can be a building block to what we want to achieve. The African Down Under Conference is the right platform to start establishing relationships with potential partners. We have done it before with diamond mining. It can be done with exploration. Therefore, our team and myself are ready to engage with potential suitors through this forum. Program Director, distinguished participants, whilst I may have painted a rather gloomy picture of our industry, of the diamond industry, let me go to the positive side of that story. Presently in Lesotho, we have 4 kimberlite pipes that are being actively mined and 19 that are being explored. This leaves over 300 known kimberlite sites that still require detailed exploration. The performance of diamonds, the performance of diamonds, like any other commercial commodity, fluctuates. It is our firm belief that the market will recover. When it recovers, there's still a lot of potential for value to be realized by investors. In trying to level the playing field, our policy states the following: sustaining the flow of much-needed mining investments by maintaining a mining fiscal and taxation regime that is competitive, predictable, and consistent. Working towards achieving social consent to taxation proposals and changes through full disclosure and transparency. Domestic empowerment and integration of the mining sector in the national economy. Requiring applications for mineral rights to be accompanied by indigenous empowerment plans. Ensuring that mining companies put a percentage of their profits to implement corporate social responsibility programs for the upliftment of host communities. Providing for technology transfer and skills training. Program Director, distinguished guests, it would not be right for me to talk exclusively about mining whilst the aspects on economy are intertwined. Therefore, allow me to give you an integrated approach to investing in Lesotho. It has been said that I'm the Minister of Natural Resources in charge of mining, water, and energy. And I really want to say to you that I believe Lesotho is one of the most impactful countries in the world. And I need to tell you why. I think maybe this stems from the joke that President Trump made a year ago when he said that a lot of people don't know where Lesotho is. So I thought this would be a good time to actually tell you where Lesotho is. Lesotho is within Southern Africa and landlocked by South Africa. I think it is one of the most beautiful countries in the world and very unique. It's called the Kingdom in the Sky because its lowest point is 1,400 meters above sea level, which makes it the lowest point of any country in the world. And it peaks at around 3.6 meters above sea level. It is one of the few countries that has a ski resort because of the snow we get every winter. So if you go there for investment, you'll be able to go skiing. One thing that makes it unique is that it is a very small country with 2.3 million people, occupying 3.4% of a river water basin called the Orange Senqu River Water Basin that comprises South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, and Lesotho. Despite the fact that it occupies 3.4% of that area, it produces 40% of the water of that region. Hence, our biggest natural resource is water. Because of this, we have a vision whereby we say that Lesotho should become the first digital hydro nation in the world. I don't really want to go into that because it will take half a day. But what I want to say is that because of that water, we have 2 big projects that makes Lesotho very impactful. The first project is through a treaty with South Africa called the Lesotho Highlands Water Project, whereby we are currently undertaking the second phase of the project. We are building a dam called Pudihadi, 175 meters high. We are building a 38-kilometer tunnel. We've built bridges, power stations. We've built advanced infrastructure. This water powers the biggest economic hub in Africa, which is the Gauteng region. That's the reason I'm saying it's a very impactful country. The second project that we have is called the Lesotho-Botswana Water Transfer Scheme. We are currently doing feasibility studies to build a dam called Magaleng, which will transfer water to Botswana over 700 kilometers. Along the way, we'll then be providing water to the South African towns. The second phase of the Lesotho Highlands Water Project is worth about $2.5 billion. The Lesotho-Botswana Water Transfer Project is worth about $3 billion. We are currently raising funding for that. So there's opportunity for investment in that regard. I'll talk a bit about energy because I believe that mining and energy are interlinked. One of our visions is that we want to become a net exporter of clean energy within the next 2 years, by 2027. And we have already started in the sense that we are building solar farms using about 5 international companies. Two companies are from China. They are doing solar farms with battery storage. One is an American company, also doing solar. The third company is a South African company that's also doing solar. The fourth company is from South Africa. No, sorry, it's from Belgium, Hirundu. They are doing wind tests to do a wind farm. So we are already doing generation to make sure that by 2027 we are a net exporter of clean energy into the region. And we are also doing power lines to make sure that we can evacuate the power into the region. Because by that time we'll be self-sufficient in energy, but the excess energy will be selling into South Africa. And in that regard, we are signing a memorandum of understanding with South Africa to get off-takes for those projects. Within the second phase of the Lesotho Highlands Water Project, we are also building a hydropower station called Oxbow, which is our second hydropower station, which will also be providing power to South Africa. What we want to achieve is to make sure that we have enough power for ourselves and also enough power to put into South Africa, because we've realized that the mines in South Africa, a lot of mines in South Africa need power. What we've realized is South Africa has 11 designated green energy zones, but because of where we are situated, we have an advantage over 9 of those zones. Because, for instance, our capital city is 400 kilometers from the capital city of South Africa, which is Johannesburg. It is 600 kilometers from Durban, which is one of the ports. So our location makes Lesotho a very attractive destination for investments. When one looks at the time is running out on me. When one just looks at the projects we have, we probably have more than $20 billion of projects in the pipeline, because though we are small, the market is it's international. Because of time, probably I would just stop here. Thank you very much.